thing. So like I'm not.
So what is your
mad.
thing? You sound bland.
Wow.
You're not into Christmas. You're nothing. You're not into Valentine's. What are you into?
Wow, no, I want me leg, drag me.
That entered, right? He's like, wow, wait, what?
Sup, people, what's happening? Kilo Shele, Kilo Happen, how y'all doing today?
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to the Shrine Podcast, the show where we talk about pop culture, music, technology, and lifestyle from our lens as young Nigerians. By way of where?
Canada.
In Jesus'
name. In
name.
the name of Jesus.
Amen.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
Yes, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Akindare, your co-host, and with me on the show today is...
Jemima.
Welcome. Yeah, very well behaved today, Larry.
No, I'm prim and proper. 2023. This year, prim and proper year, okay?
Yeah. Okay. So how are you doing?
I'm good.
How was your week?
Oh, my week. It was a lovely week. I'm just saying this just in case my boss is going to listen to this episode. Bro. Okay, so I work remotely, right? Generally. So I don't have to like go to the office, like commute and everything. And it's so good. I only have to go like when, I'm called in or there's a meeting or
during
whatever.
urgent times.
However, last week, everybody had to work from the office because, we wanted to do like some face-to-face time, right? On premises. So last week, working from the office. Yeah. Now, it would have been good, but these are time times in Nigeria where we are. Like, so many things are happening. Like, there's no money, there is fuel scarcity. Yeah. It was so tough to move around. Like, I'm not even going to lie. But thankfully, one of my very, very good friends, right, and colleague was the one that sort of, gave me a lift, like, go come. And, he actually came to pick me in the house. And also drop me. Oh, we stay around the same area. Not like, no. I'm just, we stay around the same area.
Jesus, when?
We stay around the same area. So thankfully, he eased off like what could have been more stressful week. But all in all, it was a good week. It was good to have like some face-to-face time with colleagues that you've not seen in a while. Even some people you have not seen ever because since they joined, nobody has seen anybody. But yeah, it was a good one. I feel like sometimes when you're at the office, you don't get a lot of work done because there's just so many there's too much distraction, right?
So you feel like the office is a distracting environment?
Yes, it's a distracting environment. Like I had to go to our media room in the office and that's like the warmest place in that office. Like it's so hot. Nobody wants to go there just for some quiet because like somebody's pulling you here or you're getting dragged into meetings. There's just so many side distractions. Yeah. But all in all, it was a good time. Like just to spend with colleagues and all.
Do you think the office feels more distracting because like you've been so used to working from home? Because like
absolutely,
you used to work in the office all the time before, and like, you still got shit done.
Yep.
So I feel like, because I also feel the same way. Like I feel like physically being in the office these days is super distracting. Yeah. And like I feel like I'm less productive, but like I think that's also just the consequence of Otimora.
It's now it's because something that you're now like, you know what, I'm used to it. So yeah. And also commute too. Like I remember when I first started going to the office last year, I was just like, what the fuck is this? You're like, I have to be going to the office. I have to go to the office.
You have to start thinking about your routes. I know it's Lagos, so like where you pass, there don't be traffic, the roads are bad roads. Like where you avoid police and last man, road safety and all of them. It's just like, what the fuck, man?
It's a crazy time.
Yeah.
But yeah, how was your week?
Mine was good, actually.
Okay.
It was a bit hectic from a work standpoint, but I feel really good about the week because I went to the gym 4 times out of the 5 times.
Oh, wow.
Out of the 5 weekdays, right? And I also did a very, very interesting interview.
Okay.
For work purposes, confidential agreements. But yeah, it was good. It was one of the better weeks. So yeah, anyways. What do we have on the menu today? I get carried away. I was reminiscing. I was remembering the week. I'm like,
let's move on from
you know those scenes in movies when like the person is imagining something and maybe they're like running through fields and like just floating and shit. That's where I was. in that moment.
Yeah, right. Okay, so for today, we're going to be talking about Valentine is coming. Where is your SO?
God go provide.
Valentine is coming. Where is your boyfriend? No, it's just we just want to chat about like Valentine's Day and like what it means and sort of how people see Valentine's Day or celebrate Valentine's Day as well. Yeah, and it'll be nice for people who are listening to also know like personally like how you, for instance, celebrate Valentine's Day and all of that. So yeah, just they might not, everything.
They might not care, but
I'm sure they care. I'm sure they care.
But also at the time we are recording this, it's a few days to the actual Valentine's Day. Yeah. So Ayomide, your work is cut out for you. This one has to come out before Valentine's Day. So be ready. Okay.
Oh my God! I just realized that we didn't say we're recording from Lagos, Nigeria. It's sunny.
As I was about to go into that.
Okay, that's what you're gonna say.
Yes. Clock similarly. We are recording a few.
Okay. Oh
my wife. Don't try me.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. Valentine. Valentine. People, all the single people on the interwebs have been they've been moaning in pain about this. Everyone are just screaming, you push better not fucking oppress me on that fucking day.
No, they already know that. I think I was looking at this episode and just checking online about Valentine's Day. I think I saw something about the number of roses that are being bought yearly. I can't remember the figure now, but it was a lot.
Yeah, it probably be a couple $1 million.
Jesus.
Hundreds of millions of dollars globally, I'm sure. Yeah.
Wow. So Valentine's Day, how did it become a thing? The origin, the name, the history, what do you...
Did you ask me as well on Wikipedia?
No, he did.
As if you are doing Google search. Just to your long.
He did our notes now.
But yeah, Valentine's Day is named after its patron saint, Saint Valentine from the Roman Catholic times. Saint Valentine's is said to be a Roman priest and physician.
Yeah.
And Valentine's Day basically commemorates the death of Saint Valentine's.
Wait, pause. Yep. When you hear death, right? It's kind of like, now that I'm thinking about it, it sounds stupid what I'm about to say. But let me say anyway. I found a self-aware queen. But let me say anyway, like when you like talk about death, it's always like it's sorrowful, if that makes sense. Yeah, like I think
it's got negative connotations.
Yeah, but I think that like 14th being like a day of love, to celebrate somebody's death kind of like feels weird. But then, and I remember that Jesus Christ, right, died and they celebrate his, birth, death. Is it death and whatever it is they celebrate around Jesus Christ?
Get at us in the comments. Like, because as you're saying now, I'm like, is Christmas Day like the day Jesus was born, or is it the day he was crucified? Because if it's the day he was crucified, that is a crazy realization that like we actually celebrate and kill chicken and
understand
that, because the day he was crucified, like he was beaten, he was fucking nailed to a cross.
You
like,
get me?
Be celebrating that shit.
I like, no. I think what we're celebrating is him ascending to heaven.
Was that the day he ascended to heaven? After he died, 3 days passed. And he now resurrected when they opened tomb. They saw him.
Right.
That's when it was
3 days after. Okay. True. Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. Continue. Go.
So the Christian folks, please get at us. Okay, clarify.
I don't know.
Let us know what the actual story behind Christmas Day is. Like, what are we really celebrating? Are we celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ?
Wait, what do we celebrate for Easter?
Because
what's Easter celebration?
That one is when he came on donkey and
the pearly gates or
whatever. No.
That's when we do Palm Sunday and things, yes, right?
Okay. According to the Bible story.
No, but that's also that's when he got crucified now. Isn't that why we celebrate Good Friday?
Wait.
You know what? Let's just
my mother will be so disappointed if she listens to this. She'll be like,
we celebrate Good Friday, and then on Sundays they say when he rose, and that's like Easter Sunday. But whatever, please go on.
Yeah, okay, so that's what Easter is. Because also, actually, Christmas, they also do, the Christmas plays that
Christmas
they do
is the best.
is the best.
Christmas is the
when
best.
When it was born in the manger.
Yes, Bethlehem.
Yes. Well, I see.
Bethlehem.
When we tell you guys that this show is, is just banned with a hint of seriousness, you've gotten a literal perfect example right there.
We just went merry-go-round just to get to the point of what. Right.
Oh my God. So yeah. Anyways. So it is weird that the death of Saint Valentine's is celebrated on the day of love. But it also makes sense that it is because as the story goes, Saint Valentine defied Emperor Claudius. Claudius II.
Yes, Claudius II.
Don't know what the fuck that is, but obviously
in the Roman times now.
He was there in history. So Emperor Claudius II had banned marriage apparently because you guys sound like Buhari. Because he thought it distracted young soldiers, and obviously, the Roman Empire, they were constantly at war, taking over lands and shit. So Saint Valentine defied the emperor's order, the emperor's ban on marriage, and he used to illegally marry couples in the spirit of love. He just believed in love so much. So until one day they caught him, and they
sentenced him.
Yeah, he was sentenced. He was killed.
He was killed. Yeah.
And that day, in honor of his virtuous approach to love. So we clearly it Saint Valentine.
That makes sense. That makes sense. True,
right?
True.
Right?
I'm on our fucking Emperor Claudius. So.
Yo, see, in them times, they used to do crazy shit. There's one saint, I forget his name now. Anyway, that if you're listening to this and you know the saints, please drop us a comment or send us an email at theshrinepodcast@gmail.com. But there was one particular saint that they boiled in oil.
Jesus.
I'm telling you, they boil, you hear these stories of some of the shit they used to do back then. It was crazy, legit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the origin of Valentine's Day. And I imagine since then, human beings are, for whatever reason, just decided that
they want to celebrate that
one day, and that day will be specially dedicated to love. It will not be a public holiday. Governments will not give a shit about it. Okay. Organizations and corporate capitalism will not give a shit about it except on the money-making side. But we celebrate love.
We celebrate love. We exchange gifts. Yeah. We'll spread roses around.
Exactly.
Interesting. Yeah. Which takes me to how, when I was thinking about Valentine, I think at the back of my mind, even though personally, I don't have any attachment to Valentine. I don't even think, before I get to that place, right? It made me think about how important this is in our daily life, as Nigerians that are living in Nigeria, right? And who grew up in Nigeria, because I did not see my folks celebrate Valentine, for instance, if that makes sense. But but that day, like you just said, is a day that everybody has put aside for love, even though it's not a public holiday. Everybody will still go to work or whatever. But just around you, there's the aura of love. But just internally, it's not I saw maybe my mom and dad exchange gifts like this now on Valentine's Day or things like that.
My earliest memories of Valentine's Day was just a lot of red on the streets. A lot of red on the streets of Lagos because back then, it was more popular. They would do their red outfits.
They still do.
Climb bike.
I believe they still do.
So I also I even come from a single parent household. So there was
zero Valentine.
There was nobody who would be doing Valentine with. So Valentine's was something that I learned about at school or outside of my house. It was not.
But you knew of it.
If I ask my mom now, say that what is Valentine, she might be confused at first. What is that? I don't think it's something that she interacted with or actively give any serious considerations.
My mom, though, she used to. So my mom is a nurse, or was a nurse. She's retired now. And in their office, they usually, Valentine was a thing for them. They would pick gifts.
That's cool.
They would pick, as if you're doing Secret Santa. Yeah.
Nice.
There was a woman that I don't know her name, or there is a woman I don't know her name till today, but she's my mom's vow. So my mom always refers to her as, or she was my mom's vow. How they say, she say, Val me.
This is I never knew that. Now. I just remember secondary school when you be will you be my vow?
Exactly. So sort of I think that's my first in direct interaction with Valentine's, personal. Right? She just come back and she come with gift, or just before the Valentine's, she say, which means she's picked somebody that's that she's supposed to exchange gifts with.
Yeah.
And, just exchange gifts with her.
That's
or with them.
Like the uniqueness of both our like experiences with Valentine's growing up is interesting, I think. So if you are listening, hit us up in the comments or send us an email, theshrinepodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what your Valentine's experiences were growing up, or like how you came to know the subject of Valentine's as a day of love or celebrating love, etc. Did your parents maybe I'm the one that's going to give.
Did your parents
minimal opening scenario? But did your parents practice or celebrate Valentine's? How did they celebrate? Like, I think also a lot of times as now that we're adults, like we get caught up in just like our own things and like how we've been raised, etc. Like when we start to learn about other people's experiences with things that we can all relate to, like it's so interesting to and I think it also helps us feel not alone. Like, oh, we are not the only one that is weird.
That is
like,
not, yeah.
Like that really like occurred to me like last year when like around the Christmas holidays, when all my colleagues, like almost every meeting, everybody's like, oh, what are you doing for the holidays? What are you doing for Christmas? Right? And different people were talking about how they were raised around Christmas, the traditions that they did, etc. And it was just so, like, I found it very interesting, like just the differences, the varying, ways that people think about
these
approach
things,
it, all that stuff. And, that's how that's part of humanity. That's the beauty of being human. So yeah, what we have established here is that we both did not really have anything Valentine related growing up.
Yeah.
So I wonder what that means now that we are adults. Have you ever received a Valentine's gift?
Yes, I have.
Ooh. Do you remember what it was? Was it from someone you were dating?
No, actually.
Oh my.
And I was going to get to that point that, like, I think just because of how I just shared my experience with my mom and how they exchanged like that whole thing with like our colleagues and everything, I didn't really, yes, it was a thing of like love and like romantic partner or whatever, but like that was not the core for me. It was just a part of it. So I also saw it as something, that friends could do to each other, be like exchange gift and whatever. And I think maybe secondary school or something, we might have done something similar in our secondary school. That would have been like my first gift, like something similar to, oh, this person is going to be my Valentine, but it was nothing like this person we're dating or anything.
Yeah, it was not.
I think it might even be a girl. So it wasn't romantic, right? But even at that, they were still like romantic. Not for me personally, obviously, like in secondary school,
like
for instance, right? Because I remember, so the way my secondary school was, I went to a public secondary school, right? And so you're either a day student or you're a boarder. And I remember this particular Valentine's where,
what are these students and what are boarders?
Oh, so this, that's a good question. So day student means you come from your house to school and then you go back home, right?
At the end
of school day, like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. whatever it is. And then boarders mean you stay in school, like
you live in school.
In school. So you wake up, like you come to school, however the period of the term, and you just live in school, right? So Valentine's Day used to be times where boarders would send day students to help them like get stuff for their significant other. And what typically happens is everybody will now be waiting by the gate. So there's like gates, right? And then, so when, obviously,
like a mini frenzy.
You understand? So you just see one gift, somebody's bringing gifts, everybody will start shouting. And then they get to the gate and they're like, I'm looking for maybe Jemima. And then the porter, whatever, would put mic, Jemima, somebody is here. Then everybody will start shouting, they brought gifts.
We're so serious.
It was so funny. But yeah, that was my first. I think it was a friend gave me something. I can't remember what it is, but I've also received from a romantic partner as well.
Nice.
How about you?
Well done now. I have never done I've never gotten any.
You've never gotten any.
But before I get into that, like I just also wanted to say, like as you were talking, it occurred to me, like even though St. Valentine's was, his whole thing was he was illegally marrying couples.
Yeah.
Which, connotes romance and like, that romantic love basically. Like, I think if it isn't already a thing, it should definitely be a thing where Valentine's is not just something that is designed around or is like we celebrate it around just romantic love. I think you can also be, expressing love to your friends or to your family members or,
your
colleagues, your neighbor, if your landlord is nice like that, why the fuck not?
Are you trying to say your landlord is not nice?
My landlord is a weary. So fuck no. Like,
what if
that nigga ain't getting no Valentines, okay?
What if he listens to this podcast?
It will be fine. It will be fine. Yeah, I feel like he has to know that like he's not that cool. He has to know that like, he's not all the way balanced. He has to know. But yeah, so for me, I have not received a Valentine's gift.
But you've given.
I don't think I feel like I probably gave my ex something for Valentine's, but I can barely remember that memory. So I'm just gonna say no, I have not. I don't think I have given anybody a gift. I've always been single for most.
Single Pringle.
So I like the crazy thing is that like with my ex, right? We dated on and off for like 4 years, right? And like we broke up like 3 different times.
And you people never celebrated.
Never. like God, somehow. I swear, somehow. Before that Valentine, maybe the ending of the year before.
Something will happen.
Something will happen that we will not be together at that Valentine. So, but also just like with most holidays, I've never really been like into it or anything. So like I'm not.
So what is your
mad.
thing? You sound bland.
Wow.
You're not into Christmas. You're nothing. You're not into Valentine's. What are you into?
Wow, no, I want me leg, drag me.
That entered, right? He's like, wow, wait, what?
Wow. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just
God damn, you sound bland.
I'm just helping maybe some people might be thinking about it as you're talking.
Nobody was thinking about that shit. You put it in their fucking heads now. But like, it's not.
I mean, you have your thing.
I have my things,
your
right?
things.
But also, like, it's one of those things. Like, if somebody says they don't eat a certain kind of food, like, it's just holidays. Like, they're just not a big deal for me, and it's not also my fault. I did not grow up, hanging Christmas light and all them shits. Like Easter, we're going to church. Let's go out fishing. You get me? We're going to win souls for fucking Jesus. All right. So I don't mean like nobody told me about Easter bunnies or like egg hunts or all them. She like none of that. Like all of that was Disney movies. Like that's even if you are opportune to see Disney movie in your cousin's house when you go on holiday during after Totem break.
Wow, Jesus, so specific.
I'm telling you, no, for real. So yeah, so I'm not mad that I personally don't buy into the idea that like we should set aside one day in the whole year and go all gung ho on love. Right? I think love is too big a thing to like just make it a one day thing. Like I feel like if you want to celebrate or honor love, do that by showing and expressing and being love every day as much as you can to the best of your abilities. The world will be a better place for that. Instead of imagine all of us, imagine across every time in the year, we're just like fuck love. Then February 14, we're like, love. Like the world would be such a shitty place.
I agree with you on like what you said about everybody should spread love. Yeah.
So I've not been mad at not getting because Valentine's is even a worse holiday because at least Christmas you get time off work. The world recognizes that. Do you get government, the law?
But Valentine is just
one of the like it's just the social things like whether you go to a concert or you don't go to a concert like like
it's just there.
You can still get roses any other day of the year. You can still get chocolates like that food platter, like the gift, like whatever it is. Like you can, but like you cannot just celebrate Christmas on any other day. Do you get so?
That's
Valentine's is like. It's like a poor man's holiday.
Jesus. It's not even a holiday. No, but I agree with you, right? But I also understand.
Well, shout out to people that celebrate, do you?
I also understand why, people would pick a day to celebrate love, right? Because sometimes you tend to, how do I say this now? It might be that you're not able to like stop and keep stock of things and just like recognize something or just like, reminisce on something, and now a day has been set aside for that. So while you should be able to do that every day and show love every day, which is supposed to be the norm, right? Like, please, nobody should be waiting for Valentine before they let people in their lives know that they actually fuck with them. But I also, understand and like the idea of that one day being set aside for just that one particular thing, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's not a holiday. I wanted to say an holiday, Jesus.
But you didn't say it.
Even if it's just a holiday and, all of that. But I wanted to share like an early Valentine's Day memory that I remember. Or maybe not early like that, Chad, because this is like with romantic partner. So on this particular Valentine's Day,
you're trying to not show how old you are. It's not early like that.
Not early.
Like it was not in 1998 when you were 25 years
you're
old.
Mad. You're mad. You're mad.
Are you sure?
Anyways, so I'm not somebody that likes to celebrate. Like, I'm not a Valentine's Day person, right? In that, like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't. It doesn't matter. Just like my birthday, right?
Like, so many people just remember their lesson teachers. Just
in
like,
that.
They just remember their lesson teachers that you said that.
Just like. Oh, wow.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Honestly, sorry. You're not a Valentine's Day person in that.
Like, I don't, like, it's not something I'll carry on my head and say, oh, I'm waiting for Valentine's, I'm going to collect diamond, jewelry, all of that, right? And this person I was dating then, like, we both knew that, right? So, but he was a Valentine's person, right? So, this particular Valentine. So the first, I think we celebrated 2 Valentines together. The first one, everything went all smooth and whatever. We exchanged gifts, but But the second one, I think it was a weekday. Obviously, like you said, it's not a holiday. Now, this guy told me that, I don't think I've ever said this thing to him before, whatever.
Well, he's going to find out now.
He's going to find out now. This guy told me that he didn't have like he was busy. So I think we're supposed to spend time together, and I bought his gifts. Let me tell you what I did. So I made a heart-shaped note, 14 reasons why I love you.
14.
As per February 14th now.
Ooh.
And then I had some perfumes in there. I think I had the shirt and probably belts or something.
How much of your salary did you spend on this? Okay, lover girg.
So me, I'm there like waiting.
You not do singlet and boxers.
No.
With body spray.
Maybe that's what I should have done. So I'm like, this guy says he's not available. This, that. Oh, he has work. Kiniko. So I dispatched the gifts to him, right? Tell me why I'm finding out in the interwebs that he was with somebody else on that day. Now, this person, not like, so the point is, he might not have been with that person in like a romantic capacity or like a cheating capacity. Do you understand?
Please, if you know what a cheating capacity is,
you might have just
email us at thishrine.podcast@gmail.com.
It might have just been a friend to friend visit, but I found it weird that like how I found out about it was the person like sort of like came out to say, oh, Valentine's Day, like a friend, like spend time together and XYZ. I'm not thinking that. So why did you?
So you did not tell this girlfriend that I was going to spend Valentine's
with
Day with his friend, rather.
With his friend, yes. Maybe that friend was the actual girlfriend and I was the friend.
Maybe you were the side
babe. Yeah.
Maybe
so, but that just ruined.
Maybe you were the friend. Shit.
Maybe I was the friend.
Oh my God. So he did not tell his friend he was going to spend the day with his girlfriend.
Like that Valentine's Day, that memory still sticks with me because I'm like, I remember cutting cardboard, like using my actual.
You did arts and craft.
Yes, right.
DIY.
Because number one reason why I love it because of
you
this
bought gum and marker and scissors and cardboard, bro.
I put it inside a box.
The last time I bought cardboard was in secondary school. What the fuck?
I was trying to do lover girl now.
Yeah,
that memory sticks with me because I'm always thinking, why did you, like, you could have just told me that you wanted to go and celebrate with your friend or like hang out with your friend because you already know that it's not a
Valentine's
big deal.
Not a big deal for you, yeah.
So why did you make it look like that? And then I'm now finding out. I never said anything about it.
Wow.
Wow. I'm a very regret person. It's when you least expected, like today now as I'm talking about it. Maybe when you listen to this, but this was like almost how many years ago. Wow. But yeah, that was just like a memory I wanted to like share.
I mean, I feel like that qualifies as breakfast, to be honest. That is a kind of breakfast.
That's the type of breakfast I be. But then I'll see very similar of breakfast. So it wasn't breakfast.
Yeah.
Now it is breakfast.
But you it seems like we should like still get that bros for
like
mine.
No, because he ruined Valentine for me in that way that day. I was just like, fuck this Valentine's Day shit. I'm not even doing this shit anymore. What the fuck? But
oh
yeah.
Oh my God. Now you guys know who is responsible for Jemima not caring about Valentine's. So, if you see that nigga, I blast her.
But I like how people who fuck with Valentine, how they celebrate it. Like I love
me, I don't know all of them. Not all of them.
You're a hater.
Listen, I appreciate, like, listen, everybody should do what they like. If you're into Valentine's and, you want to, celebrate love that way, like, that's fine, do you. But the same way, if you're going to a party or like you're going to a meeting or like an event, there's a certain level of decorum you need to apply. Let's also be applying it.
Are you saying that? Leave people, let people enjoy things.
They get it pay my eye. People understand. But other than that, that's my only gripe. That's my only gripe. Other than that,
I think my only thing with it is the pressure, especially for romantic partners.
The pressure, how?
Like the pressure of like Valentine's Day and like how they have to like outdo maybe the last Valentine's Day or sort of like gift their partner something that would make sense because then their partner too might want to show off, right? So they want to.
It's almost like the pressure breeds some kind of like low-key competitiveness.
Thank you. Yeah, like you now want to like outdo yourself when in actual fact it should be about. I think there was something I wrote here about. Is it the thoughts that count? Like does it really matter if you got a pair of shoes or if you got
a Birkin?
Right? Like, does it really matter? Is it like the expensiveness or is it the thought of it or is it like the genuineness of the person giving you the gift? So that's what I'm talking about, like the pressure. I feel like there's just so much pressure or there's a tendency for that day to come with a lot of pressure for romantic partners who really fuck with Valentine and the expectations that come with it. Like, oh, you have to like buy certain kind of gifts. I mean, I think we were saying it a couple of days ago that on Twitter, people were saying, oh, don't buy this type of thing if you buy this type of thing for your babe or something, she should return it or she should break up with you, something like that. And this is somebody who's created a box. Admittedly, it might have been cheap stuff, right? But you don't know like what the person has had to do to get that stuff or whatever, right? So you should not even shit on it. But what can happen is that person has now seen the comments that somebody made that, oh, don't buy this kind of thing for your...
And then they feel less good about...
Now they now have to go and think about, I have to buy another gift. So that's why I say like the pressure is...
For me, on one hand, right, like action and reaction. So the same way if you fuck with Christmas, right? So what separates me from people that celebrate Christmas is that I don't have to worry about tree, decorating it, where I order what from, who I'll give what gifts, socks under the mantelpiece, all that shit, lights. That's not something I have to go through or experience. Let me not say go through, it sounds like a bad thing. But it's not something that, I have to do, right? But if I am into Christmas, that would be something that's a consequence of being into Christmas. So the mainstream, and I say mainstream because I think what you're describing is like just generally in culture, in our subconscious, like it's just like Valentine's means that if you are in a relationship or you're involved, you have to do something, show, whatever. So that mainstream pressure is also a consequence of being into Valentine's Day.
Fair enough.
Do you get?
Because if you're not into it, then you can't be pressurized. You can't be pressured.
You can't feel that pressure. But the second point is that ultimately, just the idea of Valentine's, which is love, is such a subjective thing. And people express it and practice it in different ways, right? And so in their relationships, people have different rules and different ways of going about things. So ultimately, the kind of pressure you feel will depend on the kind of relationship that you have. Do you get what I'm saying? So if
Baba met.
What the actual fuck this pig? Where did that come from?
I say you're a Spitfire now.
But like, if you are with someone that like can afford to buy you, I don't know, maybe like a phone or maybe a huge gift like a car or something for Valentine's, and maybe you've been complaining about them not being thoughtful with the gifts that they give you, and then they give you like a key holder or like something random, like, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So ultimately, if you're also like, you're on the lower income side, you get,
just
basically there's something for everybody. You can show love regardless of your tax bracket, your socioeconomic status, whatever. It just depends on the dynamics of your relationship and your partner, what they like, etc. So the most important thing is to put your best foot forward. So you get, don't just do it like an offhand thing. Do you get?
Let it mean.
Yeah, let it mean. And also, if I even say mainstream pressure of like doing gifts or doing something extravagant on Valentine's Day for your significant other, like you have 364 days to prepare. Like, do you get? Like, it's coming.
You feel they save 100 naira daily.
You get me? And you have 364,000 naira at the end, so you can come through. You get me? Like, you can work towards, you can plan ahead, you can, so in a way too, there's kind of no excuse, So if you're into it, why not?
Do it right.
Do it right. You might as well just do it right, because what's the point, right? It's like, if you say, oh, you love celebrating Christmas and like you're big on Christmas, but like you just have one tiny tree that does not have any light in decoration. It's like, money for now. Are you really into the shit? Like, you might as well, anything, as they say, anything worth doing is worth doing well. So if you're not the type of people that like you practice, oh, every day is love in this house, right? Every day is a day to celebrate love or show love in this house. And like, it's like, oh, we'll do Valentine's like for real. And on that day, we'll honor it, celebrate it, go big, go do a dinner, whatever the fuck, right? Then you guys to show, because if you don't on that day, then what are we doing? Do you get? So basically, if you are with anybody and you have that kind of situation and they don't come correct on Valentine's Day, by a tear or red flag.
This guy said red flag. Anyways, I guess that's that about Valentine's stuff.
Yes. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Celebrate, enjoy, express your love to those that you care about. Life is short.
Too short.
If you are in Nigeria, you know that life is even shorter than short. Okay? Rishi, they go on. We are all going through it. So
it's crazy.
Spreading a little love will make everyone's lives better. Okay? So enjoy, do your thing. I'll be living vicariously through all of you.
So that means you are telling them that you don't celebrate Valentine, you don't fuck with Valentine, you don't want. So that means. But what if someone else gives you for Valentine? Would you collect?
Why the fuck not?
Collect it.
Yes.
Wow. Why?
Because they believe in Valentine and they want to. Who am I to refuse God's blessing?
Who am I? You might as well just refuse it altogether. It's like, no. You know what? You can give me this some other day or something like that. I don't really fuck with Valentine like that. Keep your gift.
That's like saying if somebody should invite to come and eat rice on Christmas Day, I should not go. Why will I not go?
Never say no to food.
Yes.
Basically, never say no to gifts.
God, see, this is God. It's out of my hands. It's out of beyond me. God is like, even though this guy does not believe in Valentine's Day, I want him to receive gifts.
Right.
Who am I to contest that? Who am I?
Anyways, yes, please. Yeah. Happy Valentine's, everyone. Celebrate love. Love your people. Love who love you. Yes. Love the person that love you.
Yes.
Very important.
In the great words of Miss Carter, I forget her first name, so I say Miss Carter, Jay-Z's mom. Love who you love.
Love who you love.
Because life is not guaranteed.
Period.
Okay.
Right. Thanks.
Moving on from.
Any recommendations?
I do have a recommendation. And my recommendation for you guys this week is XO Bakeries Donuts.
Where is that?
Okay. Do you know what? First of all, let me just caveat that I'm not sure if the name of the place is XO Bakery or Flower Shop Bakery.
Yeah.
One of them, sha. Then the VI. Okay?
Where is VI?
Get their donuts, pack of 12. Amazing donuts. Like the last time I had donuts that good was Nappy Chef on Bode Thomas many moons ago. So yeah, awesome donuts. So check that out. That's my recommendation. Do you have anything?
No, nothing from me.
Fantastic.
Just enjoy your day, enjoy your Valentine's.
Awesome. Remember, guys, to follow me on Twitter.
We are still here.
And follow me. Akindari Live, okay? At Akindari Live.
Why do you need them to follow you? It's not like you tweet or you say anything, really.
You know what?
What's in it for them to follow you?
You know what? I feel like you're being an up right now, and I do not appreciate it. Okay. What happens? What I am advocating for with my social media, the clout I am chasing, is none of your business.
Okay. Wow. Ouch.
Let the people show me their love.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Valentine, spirit of Valentine's.
Spirit of love.
All right. Please show me love. Yes, show me love. Like give me a follow. I might not follow back. I cannot guarantee follow back, but
oh wow.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Also remember to follow us on social media, on Twitter at The Shrine Pod, on Instagram at theshrine.pod. You can also share your Valentine's Day plans, stories, questions. As somebody started breakfast on Valentine. Have you ever been broken up with on Valentine's? Send us that gist, okay? We want to hear all about it. And also, if you have questions, you need gift ideas, or you're thinking of what to give somebody that has everything.
What do you give a man that has everything?
We'll throw it out to the people, and we'll also help you with some recommendations.
Help you.
And you can reach out to us on any of the social media platforms, DM, comments, or send us an email at shrinepodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, that's been it. It's been real. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Till next time. Cheese out.
Bye.